What is going on, guys? Raging Iron here. I'm here with my partner who is off camera, and my mom is off screen just because she likes looking at me instead of being right next to me. We're chilling outside because, one, it's finally good weather. We're kind of celebrating. I mean, I definitely celebrated a little bit. We're celebrating that I am officially 100 pounds down. I started this cut 407 days ago at 283 point something pounds. I thought it was gonna take 200 days. That day 200, I was like, fuck, I'm still fat. But you know, I said as long as it takes, it doesn't matter. You know, I just like round numbers. I thought that I would be 200 in 200 days or whatever. That wasn't right either. I thought I was gonna be 200 lean. Naturally, that's stupid. 207 days later, I thought it would have happened 7 days ago. But this morning I weighed in, I was like 183.9, and I was like, just a pound off. I went to the gym, I had a really good workout, and I get home, I weigh myself, and I am 183.0 on the dot. You know, now that I'm 100 pounds down, I have like, I don't know if you can like see it, like I'm getting like pretty defined, like especially when I stand up and like sit up proper, like my abs are showing in my obliques. I can't really see myself from the camera feed, but I would like to think that I'm pretty qualified on how to lose weight.
Agree.
I wanted to, one, break down how exactly losing weight works, and two, some tips that, you know, I learned along the way on that whole journey that I just went on. And I'm still, like, job's not even finished yet, you know, I got a long way away, but now the fun starts, right? I had to bust out the whiteboard.
The whiteboard.
Or I had to bust out the whiteboard. Anyway.
The writing whiteboard.
Thank you. Thank you, ominous hand off screen.
You're welcome. Do little hand tricks.
My little brother's off screen. Say what's up, Chris.
Hi. True.
He's gonna be the next Markiplier.
Be like, what is going on with my mouse?
What the fuck is going on with my mouse?
Fuck you.
I love you.
Love you too. Bye, YouTube.
So I broke it down. So this is your calories throughout the week. Back when I first started trying to lose weight, I had like literally no fucking clue what the hell a calorie is. If you're in the situation that I was in 5 years ago, you might also be saying, what the hell is a calorie? Basically, a calorie is like a fundamental like block of energy. It's either made from proteins, carbohydrates, or fats. There's a certain amount of calories per gram of each of those three macronutrients. 1 gram of protein has 5. And the same with a carbohydrate, whereas 1 gram of fat has 9 calories. So the way that your body works, your body from day to day needs a certain amount of calories to stay the same weight that it is. So if you go above that, you'll gain weight, and if you go below that, you'll lose weight. He said the thing! He said that's what I'm here for! These are your calories throughout the week. Now this dotted line is your maintenance calories. That is the amount of calories that you have to eat in order to stay the same way. Each person has their own set number of maintenance calories that will actually go up and down. Maintenance calories change, but we'll get to that. For this person, we'll say that their maintenance calories are 2,500. Hopefully that's big enough for the camera to pick that up. We'll say that this line is 2,500. Now, for a calorie deficit, you're gonna wanna go about 500 calories below that. This is gonna take a while, but this is still faster than if I would have actually edited it in graphics.
True.
Because I'm lazy. So if the clear bars are 2,500 calories, and then you only eat, God, this marker's dying out too, that's not even helping. And then you're eating 2,000 calories every day instead, is that if you were to eat, say, 2,000 calories a day, you would be in a net 3,500 calorie deficit, which will result in you losing that weight. It's all a bunch of science to basically explain it, but this is basically the Bruce Lee eat less, move more. If you put in less energy than is required to maintain the weight, then you will go down. And as long as you're eating about 1 gram per pound of body weight, or if you're overweight, whatever your goal weight is, but I'd recommend 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein, equal parts of carbohydrates probably, and then the rest fats. I personally don't subscribe to any particular diet. I know that I tend to have lower amounts of fat in my diet. I usually stick towards, you know, leaner meats and stuff. Partially because, again, fat has 9 calories per gram, whereas protein and carbohydrates have just that 4 or 5. So it's, you know, a lot easier to have more proteins and carbs than it is to have fats. Sip it down. Oh, so good. Earlier I mentioned that your maintenance calories change, and this is true. While you are trying to lose weight and while you're dieting, you may experience a plateau. A plateau being when you're trying to lose weight, and then for a week or two, you stop losing weight. This can be attributed to a couple different things, but the main important thing is to not give up. It's not a personal failing, you're not doing anything wrong, you gotta chill out. I know I've had a couple plateaus, and my partner can tell you that, you know, I definitely have overreacted every now and then, but that's, you know, it's one of those things where you just have to go through it to really understand. When you hit a weight plateau, what I would suggest is not to change anything for a week. Because one thing that can happen, has definitely happened, is that your weight will be going down pretty steadily, and then for 1 full week, sometimes even 2, sometimes even 3, your weight won't go down. What I would suggest, if you hit a weight plateau, for the first week, really make sure that you're scrutinizingly tracking everything that you're eating. Make sure that there isn't like a condiment sauce that you're not tracking, or maybe if you have a lot of diet sodas, some diet sodas have a little bit of calories, depending on how much you're having per day or something. Track what you're eating, and then make sure that you're diligent on your sleep, on your training, everything. Make sure that you kind of lock in, because what might have happened is maybe you locked out for a little bit. It happens to the best of us. So make sure that you lock in again, basically. That's the first thing that you do. If it lasts 2 weeks, then it's like, okay, maybe something's up. If it goes away in 1 week, what it could have been, it could have been quite a few things. It could have been you locked out, it could have been maybe you're holding on to a little bit of water weight, maybe you even recomped. Sometimes it's not that bad. Recomping means like you're losing fat and also building muscle. It is something that can happen on a cut, especially if you train the way that I do, which I'll get into later. If your plateau lasts 2 weeks, then I would start to say, okay, maybe your maintenance calories have changed. As you lose weight, the amount of energy that is required to maintain that body weight goes down. If you have less mass, you know, your maintenance calories dependent on how much mass you have. If you get less mass, you know, if you lose weight, then the maintenance calories will go down as well. Every now and then, you have to recalibrate your calories. Or you could do refeed days. I'm not the expert on that. I wouldn't know when to throw in a refeed day. I'm not that guy. I'm not an expert. I'm just giving you what I've figured out through my kind of experimentation on myself. When you have to go down, I would suggest week by week kind of going down by 100 calories. So say if your calorie deficit is 2,000 calories, then I'd say, okay, well for the next week, try 1,900. If your weight starts going down, good. If it doesn't, well then 1,800. I'm not going to advocate you to starve yourselves, obviously, because, you know, no. Especially if you're overweight. The good thing is, when I was overweight, my maintenance calories were 2,600, which is not double what I eat now, but like, I had it made in the sun for fun, so. Sip break. The way that you find your specific maintenance calories, there's 2 ways to do it. The easy way, or you could do it the old school way. Now, the old school way, you would start tracking your calories of your normal diet. You would see how many calories do I actually eat in any given day, and say it's somewhere like 3,000. Track that for a week, see if your weight goes up or down. If you stay about the same weight, then that's your maintenance calories. If your weight goes up, then you're in a surplus. What you're gonna do is you're going to lower the calories by about like 200 calories every week until you start seeing that you're losing weight. And once you see that you're losing weight in a rate of about like 2 pounds per week, then you're golden. Keep doing that until, you hit a plateau and have to lower your calories again. Now, the easy way You're gonna need a scale. I mean like a body weight bathroom scale that also tracks your body fat percentage. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna step on, it's gonna give you your body weight and it's gonna give you your body fat percentage. Now you're gonna go to a TDEE calculator. That's TDEE, standing for total daily energy expenditure. It's gonna ask you a bunch of questions. You know, what gender are you? What's your age? What's your weight and body fat percentage? How tall are you? What's your daily activity like? Do you exercise 3 to 5 times a week? Do you exercise twice a day, or do you have a sedentary life? And a bunch of other, crap. And then it's gonna spit out a guesstimate number, which is usually, from my experience, pretty accurate. Take that number, cut it by 200 or 500 calories, and then there's your calorie deficit. And I'd say like round to like the nearest clean number. If it's 1984, probably just say 2000. So that is basically like the gist when it comes to, how exactly to like mechanically lose weight. But obviously I can tell you whatever, you need some help with that, right? I mean, I didn't have it all figured out when I was starting. Here are a couple diet tips that I would give you so that you can start like legitimately trying to lose weight now. And these are tips that I've accumulated across the past 5 years. More specifically this year, where I like truly locked in and losing weight. My first diet tip is for exercise. Do not lighten the load. When you're losing weight, it is very easy for your body to atrophy your muscles instead of losing weight, especially if you're taking it easy on yourself. If you think to yourself, oh, I'm gonna lose strength, I should probably take it easy. No. Through exercise, you're sending your muscles the stimulus, hey, I need you to, grow or whatever, right? If you're in a calorie surplus. But now that you're in a deficit, your body will say, oh, well, we're not really getting enough energy and he's not really using us like he used to, so we can kind of downsize a bit. You gotta be training hard. And I'm talking Mike Menser, high intensity, low volume type shit. Because you're gonna be stimulating your muscles really intensely, saying, hey, I know that we don't have as much energy as before, but I still need you. And your muscles will kind of see that and be like, okay, we'll try and hang on as hard as possible. That's basically the gist. And I say higher intensity, low volume because of the fact that you're now giving yourself less energy to be able to recover from the workouts. You need to be pushing them harder but less often so that you're still getting the same amount of stimulus but more time to recover, basically. If you want more information on that, then you can watch any phone interview with Mike Menser. He breaks it down like precisely and perfectly. It is the most logically sound exercising principle. You gotta be working out hard. I have been drilling myself, and I have tracked the past 407 days of working out on here. You can see I've remained virtually as strong, if not a tiny bit stronger on some lifts. Obviously, I'm trending slightly downward, but only slightly. It kind of goes up and down sometimes, but in some lifts, like the lat bar pull down, I've actually gained strength. Second tip, take creatine. Not to, force supplements down your mouth, but creatine is it is a miracle drug. Creatine is like the poor man's steroid, and that is the truth. Creatine, for those who are unaware, is a supplement that is completely natural. It's normally found in meats. It helps with exercise performance, water retention in the good way, water retention in your muscles. And normally, if you're a normal person, you should be taking 5 grams of creatine per day. But as a bodybuilder, I would probably recommend taking 10 grams a day. I went from 5 to 10, saw tremendous results. Tip number 3, drink more water. Everyone tells you this. Tip number 4, as easy as you make it is as easy as you will do it. And what I mean by that is, if you make it very difficult on yourself to eat healthier, for example, you don't meal prep. I started doing it and I was like, holy shit, this takes 1 hour out of my day. If you can meal prep, do meal prep. And I mean, I literally cook up all my meat in one sitting. I'll just cook up 2 pounds in one pot and then weigh it out and divide it evenly between 4 containers. Easiest shit ever. Obviously, stocking up your fridge with more nutrient-dense foods, volumizing your food. Having foods with less calories, like vegetables or leaner meats or things like that have more nutrients in them, but not as many calories, right? So I'm talking broccoli, peas, corn, and also rice and potatoes, and also lean beef, chicken breast. The easier that you make it on yourself, not buying snacks, not going out to eat, not going to McDonald's. Guys, I know it's hard. I was there. I know how hard it is. I know how fucking impossible it feels. But the hard part is starting. It is this, if it were stairs, the first step is 10 stories tall. But the next step is only 5. Step after that's only 1. You see what I'm saying? Once you start, it's gonna feel so hard. And the reason that it feels that hard is because you're just changing literally everything that you do. If you're trying to get into bodybuilding specifically, it is a lifestyle. It's, competitive bodybuilding is a sport, which I do plan on doing. That's a whole other thing. But as a lifestyle, it's a 24/7 thing. You gotta be diligent. But the longer you do it, that lifestyle part, that's just your life. Like, the things that I do that I used to consider absurd are now just mundane. Like weighing out your food. Diet tip 5, be weighing out your food. Serving sizes are often misleading, especially from snacks, and it's always good to be able to actually accurately get an account of how much food you're eating, especially for tracking your calories. Buy a kitchen scale. I know it's going to be annoying, but the longer you do it, the easier it is. Diet tip, whatever number, I think 7. We're shooting this over a long range of time. Don't deprive yourself. Guys, I was fat for a fucking reason. I love to eat. I love food. And if I wasn't doing bodybuilding, I would probably be in culinary school right now. Shout out Will Tennyson. Me too, man, me too. One thing that I used to eat a lot of, and was definitely a little bit of cope. I tip number 9 real quick. Don't use that. Use food to cope. Find healthier ways to cope, because food ain't gonna fix your problem. And if you're overweight, then it's negative, because then it becomes a health issue. But anyway, back to 8. What I would use to cope is I would eat burgers. And I loved burgers, and I still do love burgers, and I love food. I love sushi, I love tacos, I love all kinds of fucking shit. Burgers, you can't be a bodybuilder and eat burgers. But the thing is, folks, I eat at least 1 burger every day. Now, the secret to that is that the burger is actually 150 grams of rice, 8 ounces of lean ground beef, 3 low-fat mozzarella cheese sticks cut up, mustard, ketchup, sometimes a pickle if I'm feeling like it cut up in there. And you eat it if you make it correctly. It tastes basically exactly like a burger. And if you're Hispanic, if you use Big for the rice, point being, I have one of those every single day. And it makes this diet shit so easy. Another thing that I have is protein Pop-Tarts. I had that to celebrate. It felt like I was eating a cake. Now, do you have to be really deep in the cut for it to taste like cake? A little. But it's at least something, right? It's because, you can't deprive yourself of that, humanity of just enjoying a food. Diet tip 10, you just kind of try everything. I don't subscribe to a particular diet style. I just eat what I eat. I'll eat whatever I feel like. I'll have fruits, like grapes and watermelon, and I'll also have meats. There is no particular food that is a villain, I don't really eat vegetables all too often, but, sometimes I will. I had a beef, broccoli, and mozzarella cheese bowl earlier. Ironically enough, when I was overweight, I used to complain about vegetables. Nowadays, I don't have vegetables so often enough so that when I have the vegetable, it's so fucking delicious. It's so good. The point being is that you don't have to be eating cardboard. You can eat actual food sometimes. Every now and then, do I eat a bowl of chicken and rice? Yeah. But I'm Hispanic, so it tastes fucking delicious. Maybe diet tip 11 is be born Hispanic. I don't know. Maybe.
True.
But yeah, you're just gonna have to try shit out. For a long while there, I was eating so many eggs. In high school, I gave myself fucking hyperlipidemia because I was eating so many eggs. But it worked for a little bit. Now, if you're 35 or over, because I know some of my audiences don't eat a billion eggs, but try stuff out. What I do, I'll typically try and aim for protein, lean meats, but I also do use protein powder. I'm not going to say what brand unless you sponsor me, send me money, I'll say whatever you want. I usually do most of my protein through lean meats, like chicken breast, or lean beef, or the mozzarella cheese, or, sometimes eggs, or tuna if I'm feeling like it, it doesn't really matter. As for vegetables, I don't typically eat too many because I don't like them. But when I do feel like it, then I'll put them everywhere. Fucking, I love elote. That's awesome. Diet soda, because let's be real, soda's awesome. Contrary to popular belief, it's not bad for you. It's not gonna make you fat. You know how I know? I drank a 2-liter of diet soda every goddamn day, and I have freaking abs now or whatever. I don't know if they're showing up in the lighting in the camera, but it doesn't make you fat. It'll help you not be fat. Fucking anyone that complains about aspartame is stupid. I don't know. They put rats in a sock.
No, not the rat.
Diet tip 13, more of an esoteric one. There is no secret. And I mean, there's no secret pill, there's no secret food, there's no secret training technique. No pill that's gonna make you lose all that weight, I guess, except Ozempic, but that one might give you cancer, so I wouldn't even do it the natural way, guys. Don't take steroids, don't take Ozempic, don't do whatever. There's no food or spice or whatever that's gonna make you drop all that weight immediately. There's no training technique that's gonna make you look like Arnold in one day. The secret is that there is no secret, and that anyone telling you that there is a secret is one of two things. They're either trying to sell you something, or they're just as dumb and clueless as you are. Again, one of those things that you just have to find out the hard way. Apparently the secret was the thing that everyone was saying for fucking ever. That whole eat less, move more or whatever. A bit more complicated than that, but that's it. It's, you know, the truth is a lot harder to swallow than a lie. And then asterisk adding on to that, be wary of people that say don't listen to bodybuilders. And the main reason that I say that is because when I was starting to work out 5 years ago, there was fucking nothing. There was barely any information online. We had no fucking clue. You know, everyone was just trying to figure it out. I remember I started watching Buff Dudes and Will Tennyson. They were bodybuilders who had it mostly figured it out. And they were basically just giving all their information for free on the internet. Meanwhile, the people that tell you not to trust bodybuilders, I bet they got $100 courses linked in their bio, don't they? And they're always telling you some bullshit. Not every bodybuilder is going to be as well educated on everything, but if they are bodybuilding, they're not enhanced, they probably know a little bit of what the hell they're talking about. So, beware of the people telling you not to listen to them. Yeah, I don't want to trust people for this. Can you imagine if Buff Dudes charged me for this information 5 years ago? Dude, I don't even know where the hell I'd be. I would have continued to feel helpless and shit, you know? There's a lot of food science misinformation out in the world, and it's always kind of been that way. You know, nowadays we have like the whole raw food thing and Liver King. Back in my day it was V-Shred, but that's fuck V-Shred. Hate that guy. I was a confused little fat boy. He's like, I have one pizza every day. Fuck you. Also, fuck the whole endomorph, ectomorph, mesomorph thing. That's not real. That's pseudoscience, man. Fuck that. Also, whatever the hell those looks maxing people are talking about. Dude, just, you're fine. But honestly, I think that's kind of about it. If you have any questions or any other, you know, if you need more help, comment down below or go to my Instagram, the.raging.iron. DM me. I will, you know, try and help you. If you want personal training, I'm gonna like try and get like certified before I start like actually doing it. But if you need just any diet advice, any workout advice, anything, hit me up. I will try and help you. Yeah, that's kind of gonna be it. You have anything you want to say to the YouTubes, babe? I'll see you guys in the next video.